Hello and welcome to a shoutcast by Zaz. This is going to be the first of hopefully many. Hopefully I'll be doing quite a few over this time and uploading them on my YouTube channel, so feel free to check them out and we'll have a look at some pretty choice games together. Today we're going to be having a look at an extremely long but very good game between Millennium Stephano and our 6 o'clock position here, playing Zerg as usual. And the wonderful KiWiKaKi, or KiWiKaKi, depending where you come from. I'm from New Zealand, so we normally say things a bit funny. And he's playing Protoss as always, and he plays for Team Rain. Now this is from the IPL3 series, and let's go ahead and get into it. We have probably one of the best Zergs in Europe at the moment playing. He's just absolutely on fire. If you have a look at some of his history this year, he's already had 2 first place finishes, once in the EOSL Winter where he went 4-1 versus Sirens, and then also in the Shoutcast Invitational 4 where he went 4-0 versus Thor-Zane, who's an absolute beast of a Terran player. I don't know if any of you guys checked that out, but the first game, Thor-Zane, they had something like an hour-long game. It was just absolutely mental. And then he eventually won that, and then he just absolutely creamed him in all the other games, so it was a bit of a joke really, but really good game nonetheless. You should check it out from the Shoutcast Invitational number 4. And of course KiWiKaKi, a long-time RTS player, playing back in all sorts of different games, Warcraft 3, I think he played Orc back then, whereas now of course he's playing Protoss, and this year he haven't seen a whole lot out of him. Last year he got a few silver places, came second to Idra in the IGN Pro League Season 1, went 2-3, which isn't too bad. Idra was sort of in the height of his game that year. But he did take first place in a LAN, in the ETS LAN in 2011. Now, looks like, well, this is obviously Shattered Temple. The only difference between the latter is the fact that you get these 2 supply depots down here, chilling out, blocking stuff, letting you kill them. Stephano's doing a pretty standard 14 pull, while our Protoss buddy, it looks like he may be walling off, but he's in an interesting place. It'll be interesting to see if he goes to the Nexus first. We've got the typical pro block, really frustrating as a Zerg player. Recently, a lot of Zerg players have been doing proxy hatches to try and avoid this in the Protoss base where they're here. Oh, what have we got? We've got a Forge going down, so it'll be a Forge fast expand, as to be expected on this map. Oh, and Stephano gets the hatch down, very nice move. KiWiKaKi smartly is going to send us probing just to have another look. How much gas is he taking? Always good to keep an eye on. It looks like we've got a Nexus finally coming down. No gateway yet. He's probably wants to delay it a bit until he gets a good economy up. He knows there's no aggression coming yet, as we've got Stephano just droning up, getting a good economy. This is always a difficult matchup. At the moment, a lot of Zerg players are claiming that it's almost impossible to beat a Protoss player. So we'll see how it goes. Just Protoss 2 base is just so strong, and very smartly Stephano checking, seeing if there's any sneaky pylons around for a proxy attack. Very good. He's going to scout up, take the watchtower, might go check his base out, we're not sure. And this I really like. KiWiKaKi's just hiding a probe over here, hoping that later on he can throw a pylon down here, maybe here or here. Let's see what he does. And there goes the gateway, Forge is up, cannon, nice warlock. He's just going to warlock across here, so any Zergs that come in have to come up and around through this, and they're just going to be a cannon of death, so there's no sneak throughs, which is just really good thinking. And Stephano just being vigilant with checking, very vigilant. With a queen coming up, speed coming along, very standard opening from both players. Droning up hard, lots of probes. What have we got? 1 gateway, 2 gateways coming up, so we could see a bit of early pressure from KiWiKaKi, which will be very interesting to see how well that pulls off. We've got second queen, yes, 2 queens up, macroing hard, very good to see. Nice placement from the queen actually. It stops the probe trying to get through and get an extra scout to see what's going on. It helps keep pressure on. It's just Stephano's just been scouting out with a Zergling, trying to keep track of the probe, so we see absolutely 0 proxy pylons. Nothing more frustrating than have a pylon in the middle of nowhere and then Dark Templars walking your base, or just 3 Zealots when you're not ready with it. Had that many times myself. I play Zerg and it's very frustrating, I can tell you that much. good count of drones already. We're 30 drones, 29. He's doing fairly well. KiWiKaKi getting his first assimilator up, doing really nicely. Oh, and he's already going to start taking down the 3 rocks. We might see a very fast third. Often Protoss is in there. Oh, there goes the third hatch. Very standard again from Zerg. A little bit delayed. Often you'll see it going down at about 5 minutes. You may find that Stephano obviously just wanted to kill off that pylon first. He's just checking it out, seeing what's going on. He sees them taking down the rocks, so he knows that there's probably going to be a third going down. So the question is going to be, how is he going to respond? Is he going to respond with aggression, or is he going to respond just by, well, if you're going to take a third, KiWiKaKi, then I'm just going to put a lot of macro in. Might take a fourth. I'll just get stuck in. I'll drone up to 70 and then build units, because I know that your tech is going to be delayed. If maybe, depending, he can easily get tech while probing up. Smartly, he's just going to take this one Zergling and waste away on these destructible rocks, which of course 2 damage at a time. It's going to take a really long time. Fortunately, he is sending a bunch more Zerglings over, so that'll speed that up a bit. We've got a Roach 1 at Evo Chamber, which is a pretty standard opening. We're seeing a few players. Oh, wow, big Zealot aggression coming in now. 6 Zealots. This could be disastrous if he doesn't get this Roach Warren up fast enough. Especially with these Zerglings all the way over there. This could be a free hatch to take. 1 Queen, that's surely going to die. He does see it. So he's pulling his... Oh, he's going to go for a counter-attack. Is he going to be able to do enough damage? There's 3 cannons there. Very smartly, he goes for the open third. He's got a good amount of Zerglings to try and counter this, but it's going to be very difficult for him. He's got a good counter going on over here. He's probably going to force the deny. This is going to be... Oh, good dodge. Nicely pulled away. He's just distracting him. Trying to run the Queen away. He's just going to let it take a bit of damage. Is he going to let it go? He did get the cancel off up here very nicely. He's going to try and push it off. Just try and distract him while he gets enough Zerglings to try and kill this and save his hatch. Is he going to... Oh, 300, 200. No, that's going to die. Yeah, there it goes. He will kill these Zealots off now. Have a look at some of the lost units. Yes, pretty even. Not a huge loss, but 12 Zealots is a lot of minerals compared to 13 Zerglings, really. I mean, 5 drones doesn't make up for it hugely. Now we see a whole lot of gateways going down in 1 robot, so that's what? 6 gateways going down, so I'd imagine we'll be seeing some pressure around the 12-minute mark. As I said before, oh, he's going to be going Roach Hydra. There's a lot of talk about Mutalisks becoming less and less effective, especially with the next patch coming out. So you may find that you see less Zergs nowadays opting to go for Mutalisks, because the upgrade that's going to be coming out for the Phoenixes is going to deny Mutalisks possibly extremely hard. Now Stephano just wants to keep track of that third. Make sure that it's not going up, because as long as he's on 3 base and Protoss is on 2 base, he's got a good chance of keeping off the 12-minute push, but it's very, very difficult. Just being very vigilant with checking. I really like this by KiWiKaKi. You throw a cannon down here, and it stops someone chipping away at these rocks. He needs to keep these secured, because otherwise you've got the Zergling run-bys coming in here all the time. Oh, he gets out. He loses quite a few Zerglings there. That's quite a lot of units to be messing with any Zerglings. Oh, and he sacrifices a few, just trying to check on what's going on. He didn't gain a whole lot more information. However, Stephano is pulling out quite a few Roaches, which is going to be very effective right now, because KiWiKaKi has 0 Stalkers. Is he warping some? No, he's still just going Zealots. Maybe he's expecting a Mutalisk attack, I'm not sure. But this could be very, very hard for him to deal with unless he starts getting some Stalkers up pretty quickly. He does have an observer out on the field. KiWiKaKi just checking out what's going on. Stephano getting ready to pull some Hydras out. Just the lair tech up. Not a lot of upgrades going on. Only +1. He's choosing just to hold off on that, but maybe saving it up to... He doesn't have a lot of minerals actually. I'm not sure what he's saying I'm doing. Just poking in to see what's going on. Use some of that gas. Sorry, some of that energy. Both of these players playing very cautious, as you would expect at a tournament really. It's not a ladder. He hasn't started the thermal lances. He doesn't have the gas yet, so I expect we'll see that going down in a second. Smart choice, getting some Immortals in to deal with these Roaches, because Immortals just walk all over Roaches. Something fierce. It's almost embarrassing how fast they kill them. You just don't really do much to them. The Protoss players playing very smartly, I think. He sees the Rock's getting chipped away with, so he gets his units here just in case to instantly deny this. Try and block them off. Oh, beautifully done. He's going to just kill all of them. Lose one. Will he? No units. I mean, that was just textbook stuff. He killed everything that Stephano had and lost no units in the meantime. So, beautifully done. He has, in the meantime, killed off the Forge. Not sure who did that, actually, so that's my bad, unless he rebuilt it somewhere else. Must have. Maybe Stephano killed it, I'm not sure, so sorry about that. Anyway, we've got fourth base almost finished coming up for Stephano. He does need to start getting a fifth base in, especially with a Protoss player on 3. Considering the pressure, he's only just now getting Thermal Lance upgrade, so he's chosen to delay that a bit. We're going to probably see quite a delayed attack now. Both of these players fairly happy to play passively. It is a tournament, so you've got to sort of expect them to be a little bit more cautious. Macro Hatchery coming down, he has a Spire up. All in all, Stephano right now is in a good position. The question's going to be, does he get his Corruptors up in time before a good number of Colossi come out on the field? Because as soon as you see Colossi coming out on the field, this army just gets absolutely shattered, and very smart here. I really like what he's done here. He burrows his Hydralisks, and what that means is when KiWiKaKi flies his hallucined phoenixes over the top of his enemies, he's not going to see these, and he's going to think, wow, there's only roaches, I might build more immortals. Isn't necessarily going to work. Let's check it out. He's, of course, building more Colossi, which eat both of those armies. However, Stephano is beginning his Corruptor production very smartly, so that should deal with them fairly well. The interesting thing will be to see how well this engagement goes. He's off to the creep, of course. Stephano knows it's coming, and they're going. It's going to be a big engagement. He's pushing forward. Oh, he starts to run. He sees the Corruptors. Run away, that's right. I always love this moment as Zerg player when you see them running in fear. Oh, is he going to pick it off? Corruptors, yes, down. And he's going to keep pressure up because he knows he's only got one Colossi left. Second Colossus coming in now. It's going to be too late. If he just moves them up, he's going to be able to kill that fairly easily. He hasn't got a huge ground force, but he's got enough Corruptors to sink a battleship. He's obviously going to be going to Broodlords fairly shortly. The beautiful thing about Hydralisks and Core +2 is they can range the Stalkers past these bubbles, unlike roaches. So you've got an extremely good task, and Hydralisks just do so well against Stalkers. Sadly, they don't against Sealots, which just rip them to shreds if they can get close. However, that was a fairly good engagement for KiWiKaKi. The food doesn't represent it, but it actually went really well. He lost a couple of Colossi, which hurts, but he took out the majority of the ground army, and it tends to be in most matchups, if you can control the ground army, especially if they're Corruptors, because they can't kill anything anyway, if you can control the ground army, you're in good position. As soon as you lose ground pressure, there's not a lot you can do. Oh, sneaky little unburrow over here, try and get a bit of damage, see if you can kill some probe lines, take out a few assimilators maybe, try and weaken these cannons. It's going to keep, this is really nice move by Stephano, keep the pressure here,